Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Once again, my name is Jose and this is Chessmania. For the one that's been here the first time, okay, we usually go online or stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's what the schedule is being set up, and you can see that on Twitch on the schedule part. And if you would like to support this channel, you can basically click follow on Twitch, or you can subscribe on YouTube. You're watching from YouTube, of course. Now, there are other ways that you really would like to support us, that you can see right here on the screen. We have chess.com official ads. Basically, what you can do is scan the QR code on your phone right there, and it's going to take you to the page where you could buy the product. Okay. We do have other options clearly, and let me show you. And not only you have that, but if you like to buy a chess set, then you can have that. Scan that code. It's a premium chess set. And once you scan it, it's going to take you clearly to the page, and then you'll see exactly what the actual premium chess set is all about. If you're interested in digital chess clocks, then I also have that available. You can scan this QR code and you'll see a digital chess clock. Those chess clocks for $34.95, they are basically inclined more for like blitzing type of players, people who like to play blitz often. You know, the base on that clock is a more steady base than the normal regular chess clock. For example, we do have another one here, and this one over here, same cost, same price, but it's a more delicate type of chess clock. So this one, for example, could be used mostly for classical games, chess games, or probably rapid. You know, for blitzing, it's a little bit more. You know, it's not basically designed for like blitzing type of games. So I would recommend, if you would like to be more like classical or you know games like that, then for rapid, then you could use that. For blitzing, you could probably have that, and of course the premium chess set option here, and of course the official chess.com hats. Scan it and it's going to take you to the page, and then you can buy the hats over there. And once again, if you're watching this stream from Twitch, just click follow. If you're watching it from YouTube, then just click subscribe. Okay. Now today, Friday, I have something in mind. I'm thinking about uh, uh, getting into a series about Bobby Fischer, and I've noticed that recently many current players, the top of the players, the high caliber type of players, they, they seem to be dismissive of Bobby Fischer achievements. And I don't want to name names, but I see a recurrency of actual high caliber players. Every time they ask them about Bobby Fischer, they try to diminish this like something. You know, they have no idea what they're talking about. Basically they're trying to minimize Fischer's achievements, which is clearly wrong, way wrong. So let's talk about Bobby Fischer here for a moment. All right, so as you can see, Bobby Fischer, he was born March 9, 1943 in, I believe, Brooklyn, New York, and died January 17, 2008, in Reykjavik, Iceland. He was an American chess grandmaster and the 11th world chess champion. To start, he was already a chess prodigy. He won his first on record 8 U.S. championship at the age of 14. So when he was 14 years old, he already was U.S. champion. In 1964, he won the actual U.S. championship with an 11-0 score. He won all the games. It's been the only time ever at the U.S. championship that someone has already won the tournament with a perfect score. No one has able to come, not even close to that achievement. On his way to the 1972 World Championship, Bobby Fischer swept matches against Mark Taimanov, a very strong Soviet player, a theoretical Soviet chess player, and Ben Larsen, the Danish grandmaster. Both matches were swept by the same identical score, 6-0. Then after that, he won a qualifying match against Tigran Petrosian, giving him the opportunity to face the current world chess champion, Boris Spassky of the Soviet Union in Reykjavik, Iceland. Publicized as a Cold War confrontation between the US and USSR, the match attracted more worldwide interest than any chess championship before or since. Nothing had come not even close to the attention that World Chess Championship accomplished or gathered. Now I want to see a game and that's, I will have to say, this game, when I was youngster, when I saw it the first time, I couldn't believe it. Sometimes I go back to it now already as an adult, and I've been playing chess for quite a few years now. And every time I see it, I still can't believe how was able Bobby Fischer to play this game. I was crazy. It's a crazy notion, and how Bobby was able to play this game. And I would like to share it with you. Okay. Okay, so this that's one of the qualifying games for the World Championship. One of those matches, this time between Bobby Fischer against Ben Larsen. This game happened on July 6th, 1971 in Denver, Colorado. Fischer had the white pieces, so let's watch the game. E4, E6, D4, D5. French defense. Knight C3, Bishop B4, E5. Obviously, white commits to this close approach to the French defense. Knight E7, A4, Bishop takes knight, B takes bishop, C5, A4. Okay, this A4 was a variation that Bobby Fischer introduced to this French defense, and he became very good at it. Knight b6, knight f3, bishop d7, bishop d3. Okay. Fischer clearly will want black to either close the center with c4, that will open up the diagonal, the a3 f8 diagonal with the black square bishop here, and that's very provocative type of moves. Bishop d3, queen c7, castles, c4. He does it. So Larsen closed the center. Bishop e2, f6. Yeah, it's hard to say that what more modern player would do at this point. Probably f5. If not f5, then knight e7, f5. Probably. Yeah, it's hard to know. But let's continue. f6, rook e1. Fischer clearly is not scared about that pawn. Knight e g6. The attack on the e5 pawn is more accurate. Black pieces would like to take the center to attack that chain of pawn here. Bishop a3. Fischer does what he wanted to do. Wow. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. Knight c takes pawn. Knight takes knight. Knight takes knight. Queen d4. Yeah, Bishop Fischer's threatening a more direct assault to the white king. Okay, modern players would probably play here knight f6. If queen takes pawn, long castle, and then black pieces looks like opposed to a ferocious attack. Yeah, that's a more direct and more modern approach to this position. Knight c6. If queen takes g7, then long castle. But Larsen didn't do that. Knight g6, bishop f5, h5, queen f7. Wow. f4. Rook h e8. f5. Opening lines. Fischer clearly is not scared about that. He wants to open up the king. Pawn takes pawn. Queen takes pawn check. Queen f6. bishop e3, bishop f3. Queen d4, king g6, rook e5, queen e5, queen d7, rook a, d8, queen b7, queen e3 check. Of course, now white cannot go to the square, to the corner, because queen e1, rook takes e1, rook takes e1, checkmate. So you have to go to the f1 square. Okay, when rook d2, threatening checkmate, queen c6, rook e6, queen c5. Unbelievable. Crazy. It's a crazy move. So what are the options here? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Rook f2 check. Only one. Queen c3. Rook g1 check. Look at those bishops. My goodness. Bishop e6. Queen takes pawn. a5. Queen b2. Bishop e8 check. King e6. a6. Queen a3. Yeah, bishop b7, queen c5, rook b1, c3, bishop b6. Can't do anything about it. If c2, rook e1 check. Unbelievable. Black resign. Nothing. Can do nothing about it. It's crazy. That's a crazy game. That was a completely crazy game. It looks simple. Bobby Fischer was a master of made it look very simple for everyone to see. And in practical terms, it wasn't easy. I read in a book about the stories about those those Russian grandmasters, the Soviet grandmasters. Every time they play Bobby Fischer, they were asked, how did that feel? What do you feel about playing Bobby? And most of them, I would say 100% all of them, they came up with the same approach. They said that playing Bobby was it's like you're trying to stop a moving train with your hands, like one of those manual trains, and then you're trying to stop it with your hands and you can't. Same thing. They felt like it was an unstoppable force. You couldn't do much about it. So, and most of them, they were not the same after that. They they all say that they after they play against Fischer, most of them they lost confidence in their game, in the progress. They were never the same. Uh, if they were faced with a harsh reality after playing against Bobby Fischer, they couldn't do anything about it. That's the thing, that they couldn't do anything about it. So you look nowadays, you ask modern players right now, they feel the same when they play X player here now, and no one will tell you the same thing. You know, they were they were terrified against playing Bobby Fischer. It's, they were afraid of how that genius of Bobby would manifest on the board, and they could do anything about it. And you don't hear that nowadays. You know, chess players, when they play whatever, yeah, and they want to keep on playing. I mean, they don't feel the same. But against Bobby, they felt something else, like you like you couldn't do any damage to him. Whatever you threats, whatever you were trying to do, he will know it all. Uh, he'll beat you. Let me tell you a story. When I was my early 20s. I was living in Miami, Florida, and Miami, as you will know, uh, Miami is a place with a lot of Cuban, population, and that includes clearly chess players who left the island and then went to Miami, or they were descendants of you know uh, famous chess players in the island of Cuba and all that. And I met uh, I met people. I met people while I was in Miami, talking about early 90s. Okay, early 90s in Miami, Florida. And one of those places told me a story about Bob Fischer. Not because that, that person was alive, he probably was alive when Bob Fischer was in the island, but the story that was given to him by another player to play against Bobby Fischer. And those stories will remain and probably still remain in the island for years after Bobby Fischer went over there. Well, one of those stories is that Bobby Fischer was given a simultaneous exhibition in Cuba, and I believe he won 90% or maybe more of those simultaneous exhibitions. Okay, so one of the games that he was playing in that simultaneous exhibition, the guy that he was playing with, um, he clearly lost against Bobby. He lost the game, and Bobby, left the island. He went to conquer the world, basically. And that Cuban guy who lost against Bobby Fischer in that simultaneous, he kept the game, and he he consulted with other Cuban players. He replayed the game at his home, studied the game. You know, he studied it deeply, deeply. Hey, I should have done this against Bobby. I didn't do it, and so on and so forth. And he showed it to all the Cuban players. Why should I? I did this, but what would have been the best move against Bobby? And all the players were commenting, you should have done this, you should have done that, and so on and so forth. That game was underground, basically, for years, years. I would say 8, 9 years, uh, where the game happened. So the guy played Bobby in that simultaneous. Met Bobby Fischer later on. He met Bobby. I don't know exactly the location where they met. Well, the story goes like this: the player who lost against Bobby in that simultaneous years ago in Cuba met Bobby Fischer once again, and when he faced Fischer, uh, he told him, the guy told Fischer, "Hey, you and I played in a simultaneous years ago back in Cuba, and you beat me. But if I had done this move in that position, I would have put you in a very difficult situation. I probably should have won the game." And Bobby like opened his eyes like that and like, "What are you talking about?" And then uh, the guy presented Bobby Fischer with the game. Hey, you and I played this game years ago, and we played this, that, 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 that. And Bobby Fischer was like, "Okay, and what was the game? What was the move that you said? I would in this move I should have played this." And Bobby Fischer, like, "What? Oh, if you done this, I would have done this, and that's it. Oh my goodness. The guy, the guy, it was like, oh my God. I studied years. I consulted with players for years. Bobby Fischer probably had not even an idea the game that, and he remembered the game with me there, and I was astounded. I was surprised. I was really shocked that Bobby remembered the game, and he refuted my insinuation, my move suggestion, and he rebuked my position and the move right there, right in front of me. Not like let me go home and think about it. No, no, no. He repeated it right there in front of me, and I was studying it for years. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Uh, I'm basically uh, I'm basically quoting. I'm quoting uh, the actual reflection of that guy, and because that player told my friend in Miami, and my friend told me about what happened in that game in Cuba. And the stories about Bobby Fischer, are many, 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 and that's just one example of the power that Bobby Fischer had. His approach to chess is enormous, enormous, enormous. And I don't believe anyone now, the current crop of players will do anything, anything close to what Bobby Fischer did to in his road to the world championship. I don't think no one is capable of winning a match 6-0, a very strong opposition nowadays. And then not only that, winning another match with the same score 6-0. That's unprecedented. No one has done it before, and I don't think no one's going to do it again. And that for me are the marks of a genius. And don't believe don't believe those players nowadays that they say, no, nah, Bobby did this, nah, 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 nah." Because nowadays those players are, that I don't think don't even have the same type of talent. Some of them have talent, but they didn't. But currently nowadays they depend too much on computers. They want their computers to resolve their problems for them. They study the games, and the computer study the game, and all they have to do is just, you know, basically play with the computer play with suggestions. But you take the computer away, and know that they have the same talent, genius, and capability to do what Bobby Fischer did in 1971 and 1970. No one. No. That's my view. That's my view, and I can only say that by myself. Just me, myself, and only. That's it. So, okay, that's one of the games that I wanted to show you. Bobby Fischer, and every Friday, my intention is to show you uh, games of Bobby Fischer. Okay? Okay, now, I want to see, let's play some games. I want to play some games now. Let's see how this goes. Come on, man. Terrible chess. Come on, man. What kind of chess is that? Oh my god. I've been playing like this for days. Oh, I've been playing like this for days. Come. Oh, okay. All right, guys. All right. So once again, I appreciate you following this channel. As I previously stated, I would usually go online, and stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So about the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So clearly, my next broadcast will be next Monday. Um, if you really would like to support us, uh, I'm offering those merchandises. You could support by scanning the QR code that you see right there on the screen, and it's going to take you to a location where you can actually buy the product. And those are official chess.com uh, hats. I believe there are more than color options in there. I didn't see them all, just the one that they promote right now on the screen that you can see. If you're not into hats, if you're looking for, let's say, a chess set, then you can scan that QR code that you see over there. That's going to take you to the page where you can buy the premium chess set combo for $46.95. Now, if you're looking for a digital clock, chess set, a chess clock, then I have two options. This one right over here is DGT 1002 digital chess clock for $34.95. This piece is designed mostly for speeches, uh, like blitzing, because the base on it is a flat base, so it's a more stable piece for those hectic blitzing moments where you start pressing very quickly and your opponent also pressing the clock quickly, and sudden death type of blitzing scenario. This digital clock, the base is a more solid type of base, so it will not move away. Uh, more robust base for blitzing type of a scenario. I do have another type of digital clock, and this one right here. This one, as you can see, is a more delicate balance. So this clock, digital clock, is designed for mostly classical and probably rapid, where you don't have to start pressing very quickly, and if you do have to press quickly, it's not for a very long time. So although I'm sure that you can actually have the timings there that set for blitzing, but I wouldn't recommend it. See, it's a very delicate type of piece for blitzing type of a scenario there. So I would recommend to get this one for classic. If you're the type that you would like to, play more classic type of chase or rapid games, this one right over here, and the other one for blitzing, this one right over here. For the same reason, or the explanation that I just gave you. So just scan the QR code, and it's gonna take you to the page where you could already get yourself um, the game, the digital chess club. Okay, all right, guys. I think it's enough for today. We see you next Monday, which it will be the 5th. Yeah, it will be February the 5th. About the same time, a little bit earlier, probably, or depending, between 5:45 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Okay, we see you around. Enjoy the weekend. Keep playing chess, and you take care. See you on Monday.